Blue Nation, baby.
Yeah, I have a dream.
Blue Nation, baby.
Yeah,
Blue Nation,
Get me woman from there. Come ring strong like a soul. Now it's a mango do. Get me woman from there. Come ring strong like a soul. Now it's a mango do. Me a one be a bush fella. Me a one make waka. To gérer your family. Ting now it's a mango do. Oh no. See, I don't walk, I can't please, nothing know the waka. It be like say small ball up to the worry me. Till now with him and go to 5 years done pass since I finished school. Come back, no below. I don't write computer. Them the wait make a teeth, them they born me retire. This kind of life, me self a tire. My repeat don't retire. Bring me down the straight a cara. Pretty said on the waka. Lord answer my call before I quarrel. Oh no, Popo say make we go shout. Get me woman for there. Come me ring strong like a soul. Now it's a mango do. Get me woman for there. Come me ring strong like a soul. See now it's a mango do. Me a one in a bush fella. Me a one make waka. To gérer your family. See now it's a mango do. Oh no. See I don't walk, I can't please, nothing know the waka. It be like say small ball up to the worry me. See now it's a mango. Family go borrow dough, send man for bush. 2 years later they go send him in the coffin. Funny country, man no sabi himself. Go with Thailand, Bahrain. Lord, I am wondering if we can still bargain. Come and help my people, or my million we suffer. Oh. My children they suffer. Oh. Popo say make we go shout. Get me woman for now. Come in strong like a soul. Now it's a mango do. Get me woman for now. Come in strong like a soul. See now it's a mango do. Me a one in a bush fella. Me a one make waka. To gérer your family. See now it's a mango do. Hell yeah! Oh no. See I don't walk, I can't please. It be like say small ball up to the worry me. See now it's a mango do.
RH.
Oh, yeah.
Cali, 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 Cali. Cali, 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 Cali. Cali, 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 Cali. Letting out my emotion. Boy, you're driving me crazy. Set my heart in motion. The way you smile for a lady. Je veux que tu know que je t'aime. Il me manque d'amour pour te dire je t'aime. If you ask me a question, boy, I give you the answer. I don't engage you for so long, so you remember. Mais est-ce que tu know que je t'aime? Il me manque d'amour pour te dire je t'aime. Cette fois je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Hélas je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Le calme mais tu as le son regard. Je suis calée. Le risque conséquence je m'en fous. Je suis calée. Cette fois je suis calée, oh, touch like never before. Façon tu me touches, façon tu me tues, maman. I know that you love me, mais je t'aime plus fort. I know that you need me, but I need you more. If you ask me a question, boy, I'll give you the answer. I don't think you for so long, and I hope you remember. Mais est-ce que tu know que je t'aime? Il me manque de mots pour te dire je t'aime. Cette fois je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Hélas je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Le calme me tue avec son regard. Je suis calée. Les risques, conséquences, je m'en fous. Je suis calée. Cette fois je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Maman je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Le calme me boit avec son regard. Je suis calée. Les risques, conséquences, je m'en fous. Je suis calée. Baby boy you're the man. Boy you set me on fire. Baby juste ton regard. I could die for your matter. Baby boy you're the man. Boy you set me on fire. Baby juste ton regard. I could die for your matter. Cette fois je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Hélas je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Le calme me tue avec son regard. Je suis calée. Les risques, conséquences, je m'en fous. Je suis calée. Cette fois je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Maman je suis calée, oh, je suis calée. Le calme me boit avec son regard. Je suis calée. Les risques, conséquences, je m'en fous. Je suis calée. I'm ready to sing.
Daphne. Plenty boys don't lie, they didn't love you truly. When I look inside your eyes, you've been hurt so deeply. Ah, hey, if I say I go love you better, ah, hey, you go say I delight to you. Ah, hey, carry no deep as water. Ah, hey, baby girl, I don't feel like to you. Girl, I don't go ever lie about us. I'm the only one you can trust. I'm on other girls, now you be boss. Now that man no go ever see a trust. Said you want a better boyfriend, baby, let me be a better boyfriend. Said you want a better boyfriend, man, I'm a better boyfriend. Said you want a better boyfriend, baby, let me be a better boyfriend. Said you want a better boyfriend, man, I'm a better boyfriend.
Boy, you're the finest. The other bad man, them be liars. Show me you were better than. Show me you were better than them. Moves I was just a player. He took my heart and he left me alone. And he got me spending my money. Then he squandered my life. Baby boy, even though you're so fly, you gotta promise me. You say you know that about us. You're the only one I can trust. Among all the girls, now me be boss. Another man no go ever see my body. I want a better boyfriend.
Baby, let me be a better boyfriend.
Cause I want a better boyfriend.
Man, a better boyfriend.
I say cause I want a better boyfriend.
Baby, let me be a better boyfriend.
Cause I want a better boyfriend.
Man, a better boyfriend. I will be being a player. And baby, give high fever. Musa be being a jongleur. He wanna take you one killer. Girl, I know go even on your problem. Now you better than. I'm the only one you can forget. I'm all other girls, now you be bros. Now you better than a man, now you be see a bros. Said you want a better boyfriend. Baby, let me be a better boyfriend. Now you be better. Said you want a better boyfriend. Man, a better boyfriend. Said you want a better boyfriend. Baby, let me be a better boyfriend. Said you want a better boyfriend. Said you want a better boyfriend. Ah, hey, yeah. If I say I go love you better. Ah, hey, you go say I delight to you. Ah, hey, that be no deep as water. Ah, hey, yeah, baby girl, I love you like to you.
You say you know go ever lie about us. You're the only one I can trust. Among all the girls, now me be boss. Another man that could ever see my body. I want a better boyfriend.
Baby, let me be a better boyfriend.
Cause I want a better boyfriend.
Let me be a better boyfriend.
I say cause I want a better boyfriend.
Baby, let me be a better boyfriend.
Cause I want a better boyfriend.
Man, I want a better boyfriend. I'm barely sing.
Let's be on the beat.
Ça fait tout mon argent, tout peut ça fait tout mon argent. Je veux sauver ton corps toute la journée. Je veux sauver ton corps toute la journée.
Je ne veux pas toucher. Je veux sauf te regarder. Tu m'as fait voyager. Je sais que tu es fatigué. Je ne veux pas toucher. Je veux sauf te regarder. Tu m'as fait voyager. Je sais que tu es fatigué.
Ça fait toute la journée. Ça fait toute la journée. Ça fait toute la journée. Ça fait toute la journée.
I wanna be your ATM. Give you money when you want. Now you go be my internet. So I go browse you when I want. With you I got a connection. Baby girl, you the ish. So let's do reproduction. Like a dog, I'm on hit. Collabo, you sing chorus, I sing verse. And this song is a hit. I just wanna let you know. Je ne veux pas toucher. Je veux sauf te regarder. Tu m'as fait voyager. Je sais que tu es fatigué. Je ne veux pas toucher. Je veux sauf te regarder. Tu m'as fait voyager. Je sais que tu es fatigué. Reste là dans mon lit. 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 Entrez dans mon WhatsApp. Regardez les messages. Connecté sur Facebook. Tous mes amis te yamo. Snapchat pour snapper.
Snapchat pour snapper.
Je veux sauf que t'aimer.
Je veux sauf que t'aimer.
Tu m'as fait un chat bébé.
Aïe yo.
Tu m'as fait un bébé. Je n'ai rien à cacher. Tu m'as fait un chat bébé.
Aïe yo.
Tu m'as fait un bébé. Je n'ai rien à cacher. Je ne veux pas toucher. Je veux sauf te regarder. Tu m'as fait voyager. Je sais que tu es fatigué. Je ne veux pas toucher. Je veux sauf te regarder. Tu m'as fait voyager. Je sais que tu es fatigué. Reste là dans mon lit.
Reste là dans mon lit. Reste là dans mon lit. Reste là dans mon lit.
Je veux sauver ton corps toute la journée. Je veux sauver ton corps toute la journée.
It's Owen on the bit.
Since 17, when I last week you fall for my 18. Since then we've been on a lot of things. Our first kiss was filled with anointing, but then God never get the boy come, cause the ex can be active or done. But baby I swear I'll be blunt. Them don't know the chap was my blunt. I can't lie, you're the best thing, you're interesting. Above all you're a blessing. But your friends hate that we dating, so they hate and I break up, they be waiting. But that I am sure they cannot see, cause my feelings are deep like the Red Sea. Give me the freedom of speech to keep telling you exactly how I feel. Tell you how I feel. Tell you that this love is real. Give me freedom of speech. Give me freedom of speech so I can tell you how I feel. Tell you. Give me freedom of speech. Give me freedom of speech so I can tell you. And if you meant for the love, I will stay alive just to keep seeing your face. Now I watch my heart self pass MTV, cause now for day where you base, I am more so a bunga di dengue. You just don't make my heart is saka na zenge. All these other girls and I can day. I feel look you all day like my tele. I can't collapse for clear doubts. I feel it down for you, set for roundabout, just to show you what true love is all about. For my action, you know, no be empty mouth. I protect you, I'm a bracket. Cover you, I go be your blanket. And I still die for your walkette. I go love you today where I keep forget. Tell you how I feel. Tell you that this love is real. Give me freedom of speech. Give me freedom of speech so I can tell you how I feel. Tell you that this love is real. Give me freedom of speech. Give me freedom of speech so I can tell you. Since 17, when I last week you fall for my 18. Since then we've been on a lot of things. Our first kiss was filled with anointing, but then God never get the boy come, cause the ex can be active or done. But baby I swear I'll be blunt. Them don't know the chap was my blunt. I can't lie, you're the best thing, you're interesting. Above all you're a blessing. But your friends hate that we dating, so they hate and I break up, they be waiting. But that I am sure they cannot see, cause my feelings are deep like the Red Sea. Give me the freedom of speech to keep telling you exactly how I feel. Tell you how I feel. Tell you that this love is real. Give me freedom of speech. Give me so I can tell you how I feel, that this love is crazy. Give me freedom of speech. Give me.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. How are you guys? How's everybody?
Hey. Okay, so this is Abu Free here.
And this is Nico Kang.
And we just came live from the protest at the State Department, and we are here at the Ambomu Live studio.
Oh yes. We couldn't even make it out of DC. The man was blowing up our phones.
I'm telling you. We were rushing.
He wanted us here. So we're happy to join you guys.
Absolutely.
So what's going on, Ambomu? Really?
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, so as you folks know, we actually went to the State Department today because we wanted them to hear our voices with us. With regards to the struggle that is going on in southern Cameroons. So yes, we did go there. We conquered. I think we all did a good job to represent the entire southern Cameroonians. And Nico, you all watched Nico. He did a wonderful job talking about the struggle and.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wasn't alone though. Of course, Abu was at some point. She was talking, and the emotions got there. The emotions came out. But really, what would the Coalition for Ambazonia Youths for Freedom did today was basically go to the State Department, asked to talk to the Honorable Secretary of State for the United States, asking him. We actually gave in a petition. I don't know how many of you saw it live. You saw how they received us. They sent down the representative from the office, and she came down. She was flanked by all the security, the State Department security forces, as well as some Homeland Security folks. And she came and listened to what we had to say, and then took the petition. The petition we prepared was a 46-page document that details human rights abuses that have been orchestrated by the pervasive government of La République, the intimidation and mass killings, mass arrests and abductions, and all the human rights violations basically that have been permeating the territory of southern Cameroons. The heavy hand that the president of La République has come down on the very simple demands that people had, the teachers, the lawyers, and all that has actually helped radicalize some of us here and made us, really see the importance of coming together and being in one nation, the country of Southern Cameroons or Ambazonia. We really do not, posit that we do not want to be in a union with La République anymore than any of the proof that has already been put in front of you, because you see it, you share it on WhatsApp every day, and it's not like you don't see it. You see it, you comment, you share it on WhatsApp, you share it on Facebook, and then you just sit back. So we had to make sure we have some sort of action going, matching the actions that the people back home are having. There are ghost towns in northwest and southwest regions, and people are not going to work, and then the schools are closed, and the theme is across the board. No schools resuming. Even the SDF, you heard them come out strongly in support of all what we are doing. So that's really good. So what the Coalition for Ambazonia Youths for Freedom is doing here in the US is basically try to come together, bring all the young people together, so that we can have this platform that allows us to engage the younger people, the younger folks of Ambazonia, the younger people, helping develop and provide educational, informative, and some leadership skills that we need. Encouraging people to participate actively in these movements, because it's very important. I think I said in one of my in the interview earlier during the protest today, I said, if you are quiet and silent in the face of all what we've witnessed, you're basically in complicity with whoever is perpetrating these crimes, and that's not what we want. You cannot sit and see how they treated young girls in Boya, you know, pulling them out of their hostels and asking them to roll around in the mud, and you cannot sit back and act like this doesn't affect you because, oh, you're an citizen or something. No, it affects everybody. It just doesn't affect the girls because it will take them a good 3 to 5 years to get over the mental scar.
Right.
And then those of us who've watched it, some people have, you know, they get radicalized. Some people get all sorts of emotions going with it. And those are the things that we need to come out and decry. So participating in these protests is in support of our people on the ground, of course, but it's also a reminder to everybody that you have to do your part. You have to do your part, and your part can never be too small. You are in a foreign land. You still have to come out when you hear there's a protest. You still have to share the videos and make commentary. I know that a lot of people are afraid to speak up because they want to go to Cameroon in December and all those things, but those are not necessary. Those are very little things you can give up. You know, you can, you know, you don't need, we can do all of that after October 1st when there's independence and the country is independent, and then we've opened up our airport and everything. We can do all of that. But you have to remember, there's a bigger thing here. It's not just about you being able to be comfortable, you and your family to be safe and comfortable. If your neighbor is not safe, you are not safe. You cannot pretend you are safe. Right. And this goes to our Francophone brothers and sisters. Like, if your neighbor is not safe, you are not safe. You are next on the list. When the thief comes to my house after having ransacked it once, he's gonna come there. He can't find anything else. He's gonna come to your house next. So we cannot have people just sit around as if this doesn't affect them and say, oh, it affects only a few people and all this. No, it affects everybody. Everybody on the territory of Cameroon, La République, and Ambazonia should be upset at what they have seen. I mean,
absolutely. Girls
raped in Boya, and we heard for the first time in DC, the delegation of liars that was sent here, Professor Gogomu, lie and say the officers who committed those rapes are being persecuted. So why are they not being covered on TV like they covered the trials of Mancho BBC and all these other, Professor Dr. Fontem, Abobala, all those that have been arrested? Why are they not covering those? You know, so those are things you have to ask yourself. Are we really in a country that is one and indivisible? Are we really in a country that's one and indivisible? So
the question that Ambomu asked is how much help we've gotten from other groups that are in the struggle.
So what I can tell you is we are working under the canopy of the United Front, right? We of course subscribe to the entire message and the mission that they have, and we are working with them in terms of and leaning on them for some consultative guidance, of course. Right. SCACUV, Morisk, AGC, SCNC, all of them, everybody. We're not like we said in our very first interview we did, we are not coming out to form another group or another movement or something. You know, what we're trying to do is bring together people that are younger, because we are the leaders. It's really our country. It is our country. We need to step in. The lady who received the petition from me today at the State Department was 31 years old or younger. Okay, and she told me she was going to present the petition to make sure it goes to the right person and puts it in front of the right person. But if it was a government office in La République du Cameroun in Yaoundé, for example, the person who would be receiving that petition, if at all the police would let us get that far, it would be a 60-something-year-old man.
Right.
You know, so what is going on with the country? That's why they can turn off the internet and feel the impact. They don't understand how the globalization is changing the world. They don't understand what our generation needs, the Android generation. So we are the leaders. It's our country. Whether it's La République or Ambazonia, it's our country.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the young people do have to stand up, and that's what we're trying to do here, because some people don't even know their history, right? So we're trying to bring people together, provide some sort of support activity, provide some sort of informational guidance, so that people understand that whatever they can contribute is needed. And once we harness all of that and put it all in one pot, trust me, the movement is going to be even more explosive.
So we've just been asked the question that what still inspires us to still do what we are doing in the struggle. I think Ambomu asked, especially me, Abu Free, coming from a very far distance. Well, my dear, a lot. First off, I mean, the people that started this struggle are in jail. Right? We have Barrister Bala, we have Dr. Fontaine, we have Mancho BBC, who is, I mean, the Kafun Revolution, he's a youth. So those people right there in jail, they are the reason why we should be in here. They are the reason why we should continue fighting this fight. We just recently saw a video that came out of these men that are in the bunker, right? That is a major reason why each and every one of us have to take this thing personal. Those men in there, they might be our brothers, they might be our fathers, they might be our nephews, our friends. That's the reason why we should be in this fight every day, every minute, every second. Look at the roads that we have back home. My mom was just telling me the other day that my auntie could not, no, not my mom, my cousin in Cameroon was just telling me the other day that my auntie, his mother, could not make his appointment to Shisong Hospital because the road that leads from the village to get to the main road has, like, the bridge has broken into two. There is no access to healthcare. So she has missed two good appointments to Shisong. Our educational system is a mess. I have an NGO. The purpose of my NGO is to empower young girls. Make sure that they have good and quality education. But if we sit here and we assume, or we sit in our comfort homes here in the diaspora and think that these children are getting the best education, we are lying ourselves. We know what is going on. We have been in that system and it has affected us. So we have to do whatever it takes to make sure that our younger ones and us get what we want from the southern Cameroons that we are building. That is why I'm in this fight, and I'm sure that is why my brothers are here as well. It's okay.
Sure.
By the way, you're gonna start with that. But by the way, I just wanted to let you all know that Ray Baba is here as well.
Yeah.
The dreamer Ray Baba. You all heard him today, so he's gonna be joining us at some point. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the question you just posed, I think the question is what inspires us, to keep this going, and what based on the numbers that we have, there's a lull in the diaspora. People have just decided to kick back and sit back. Frankly, I can't tell you what is in everybody else's mind, but I can speak for myself and those that I've spoken to. And one of the reasons that we created this, we decided to come together and put this coalition of movement of the Ambazonia Youths for Freedom movement is to sort of reinvigorate and intensify that campaign. Because we noticed that there was a time when there was a lot of confusion, a lot of back and forth, a lot of social media war, I guess, where people were fighting each other and calling people out and saying all sorts of things about everybody who opposing them or who had a different opinion from them. I think we missed a very big opportunity there to educate our opponents or to educate those who were against us. And that is why when Ray called me and said, look, we need to do this. We need to do something because you see the momentum is dying. People are just deciding to just back. And I said, no problem. Let's go ahead and put something together. And that's why we created this. And our first mission today was to come out and let the State Department know that we have a petition for them, but also to remind the folks in the diaspora that the young people will no longer sit back. Because if we sit back, this struggle will be transferred to the next generation and the next and the next. We cannot let that happen. We cannot let that happen anymore. I mean, when this started 56 years ago, just imagine if every young person had risen up at that time, where we would be today. We wouldn't be having this conversation. We would be talking about trying to build roads in our country. We'll be talking about trying to develop programs that will help people, in our country. But that's not what happened. People sat back and said, well, I can send $100 to my mom. I can send $50 to my dad. I'm okay. They're okay. Let's move on. And that's not how it goes. And we have been reminded by the reaction of the Cameroon La République government that they don't care for us. We have been reminded, and we cannot sit back and say what those gentlemen who are feeding off of Bia's chaffs or leftovers are telling people. Say it's okay, let the children go back to school and think, no. We are not going to do that. What education are they getting if they cannot even get jobs after that? What education? You promised laptops 2 years ago. It's been 2 years. He promised laptops. CRTV covered it. Till today, we don't know whether the laptops were even ordered. It's been 2 years. So what really do we have? What else do we have to go on when somebody cannot even keep his word? Right. Yeah. So the thing is, the way the coalition is set up, it has regional leadership and various regions, Europe, Africa, and North America, South Africa, all those, we have the various regions, and we're in contact with everybody. There's a global group, and talk to each other and exchange ideas. Now, you have to understand, in Cameroon, nobody can go on the streets and protest anymore, even though we would love for them to do that. They cannot. So we just have to engage them in a different manner to also prevent them from out in public where they could be arrested and things like that. So we want to just make sure that we have certain security protocols, if you will, around the communications with people in Cameroon, because we do not want them to get in trouble or entangled with the pervasive attitude of La République. So what we're doing is engaging them in a lot of different ways, and of course they feed us most of the information that you see that comes out on Facebook. I mean, the community leadership in Cameroon was talking about talking to people in their Njangi groups and things like that. And I think someone even suggested that was the best way we would go about really enforcing and re-intensifying the message and owning the discourse on this. And to some extent it's a good idea. It has the effects, but we don't also want somebody to go to a Njangi group and speak and then tomorrow they're abducted. Right. So we're making sure that, especially on the ground in Cameroon, now those of us in the diaspora, we have the free will. We are protected by laws in countries that allow us to speak freely and express ourselves, and of course guarantee our freedoms in those respects. So we can speak up, we can do rallies, we can do protests, we can write petitions, we can go to Congress and sit down with people and have them look at the evidence and the pictures and the videos. And hey, I mean, like, I have to give you guys a shout out, by the way. Ambomu Live, and you do an amazing job putting, the story out there and controlling this discourse, because we really need it. We really need it. And hey, these are young people, all young people. Because we know the stake, what's at stake. We understand what's at stake. It's our country. We have to build it. We have to make some. Yeah, some. No, I mean those of us who are involved understand directly. Some are too nervous or scared to come out and say anything. But please, even if you cannot say anything, even if you don't feel like you can speak in public, even if you don't feel like you can do anything, feel free to contribute. Fund the struggle. It is simple. Fund it. The skakoof.org has a very good platform where you can put in your information, and they charge you $20 a month just to make sure that a teacher who is not working anymore and is probably not receiving a salary gets bread and some gari at home so that their kids can eat. So these are things that we can do. You can do it passively. $20 really is not much for us here in the US, at least, but you can change people's lives back home. So these are the things that we have to talk about, and we have to keep reminding people to do. Now, if you say you cannot participate in a protest, and you say you cannot be involved in a movement or in a coalition like this one, at least put $20 in Skakoof so they can send it there once a month, and they can feed people.
Okay, so I think some few people are saying the volume, they cannot hear us. I don't know if that is our problem or okay. If they can hear us, if somebody can hear us, you just say yes.
Line one is low.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Thanks. So, and if you hear the silence, it's because Ambomu is asking us the question. I saw somebody say, why the silence? So yeah, that is because Ambomu is asking us some questions, and he just asked that what is the structure of the youth? So again, and what happened with the women's group? So again, this is, like we said, the youth group or the youth movement is not a group. We do not have a structure. We do not have a president. We do not have a vice president. We do not have a secretary or all that. We are all leaders.
Yep.
We are all leaders. That is the plan. That is what the youth movement is all about. So there is no structure in these guys. Again, we want to reiterate that this is not a group. It is not a group. It is a movement. We are just trying to galvanize all the youths everywhere, all over the globe. All the Southern Cameroonians or Cameroon youths all over the globe. Excuse my English though. All over the globe, so that we can actually, make our voices be heard by the international committee and as well La Republic government, and let them know that this is what we want. This is what we are getting. We are going to go to Boya. With regards to the women's group, we are just kind of restructuring ourselves. We are still, doing what we do in the background. We are just restructuring ourselves to make sure that when we come out there, we are on fire. Yes.
How do you guys get? How do you have a nice information? The way I could, I asked her. Okay. Doing the show, have to be watch it. So, guys, how you guys? Okay. Yes.
Before you answer that, I'm gonna let you answer that. But before you answer that, Ambomu, so can you write the questions down and hand it over to us, so we can just go ahead and answer, because I think the silence is killing people. So just go ahead and ask write it down ahead of time. Freestyle, right?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, so the question from Ambomu is how we get our message out and communicate to everybody to let them know when we have protests and things like that. So what I need to point out here is that we may have had a communication failure as far as communicating message out to let people know. But then remember, this is the first in its of its kind, and that's what we plan to do more of. We have already started with the State Department. Next up is New York. And by the way, the State Department is going to receive us again on August 22nd.
Yeah.
This time they're receiving us for a meeting. So even though they took their petition, they had already indicated that they would like to sit down with us August 22nd. So we will come back and provide you whatever updates come from that.
Yeah.
Now and then there's the UN. We're going to go to the UN in September. The date has not been confirmed yet. So once we do that, we'll take lessons from the mediatization of this protest and make sure that whatever failures we had, we correct them and put in place a system that's better, so that we can understand, make sure that every group and every person who is interested is actually reached, and of course make provisions for transportation to New York and things like that. Mm-hmm. Yes, of course. The question is, we're following the diplomatic route. Of course. I knew this question. When you come to Ambomu, you have to be careful.
I know, right? You have to
be
careful when you get.
This man has all these questions that just come from the top of his head and just. But so what we have to remember is the mission behind the creation of our coalition. The mission behind the fact that we all came together in an alliance. Because that's really what a coalition is. We all came together, united by a common goal, all come together and profess one thing, one message. And we like I said, we endorse all the groups that have been out there doing what they could for the restoration of independence of Southern Cameroons. But we also recognize that there is a governing council now, and that it has a leader, and we of course respect that and liaise with them and in partnership to make sure that we are following certain guides, not to have a message that's actually contrary to what the United Front is doing. So we will make sure we just want to make sure that's clear to everybody. Again, we're not a new group. We're not trying to compete with anybody. We're just a coalition of young people that have come together for the freedom of Amazonia, and we're trying to make sure we build some sort of a strong base where we can motivate and intensify the support and the contribution that the young people can bring. That's all we're trying to do.
And to add to that, I think one of the things that I actually want to see us, the youth, do is to act as check and balances for all these groups. Because like I said, like you previously said, we are the future. We have to make sure that whatever we are putting, or whatever these other groups are putting out there, it actually benefits most of us. Because we are the leaders of tomorrow. We are the leaders of Southern Cameroon. So we have to make sure that they are doing what is right for our future and for the future of our younger ones and our kids.
That's right. That's right. you absolutely.
What is that for?
So what?
Get the people back home.
They're re-energized.
More involved.
No. Reinvigorated.
Yeah, that's the word.
Okay.
What needs? I'm not talking about
fighting. Yeah, we understand. So you repeat the question.
So Ambomu's question is, what do we, the youth, see as a feasible action plan with regards to ground action?
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
What we need right now. So it's simple. 2 words. No school. No school. That is the one thing that has proven to hurt Biya and his government the longest and the hardest. Even though they bribed the UNESCO guys to come in and act like, oh yeah, the Cameroon can still save the school year and whatnot, that's fine. That's their business. No school. That's simple. No school. No school. Look, we have to be honest with ourselves. We absolutely have to be honest with ourselves. This is the one thing that we know hurts them. This is the one thing that we know they cannot pretend, and CRTV can send as many journalists as they want and film empty desks and students, 2 students in an auditorium or whatever they want to do. But the facts remain the facts that school is not resuming. Remember, CRTV had reported that schools resumed some time ago, you know, for the second term. Three times they reported and showed schools apparently in Bamenda that were running, and in the south region, and Mboya and all that. But that's not true. We know that in Limbe there was no school. We know that in Bamenda there was no. We know everywhere, Ekilimindi, everywhere we know there was no school. We know, and what we want, what the action plan should be is make sure that there's no school, and maintain that pressure. The ghost towns are doing a good job. Like, the ghost towns do remind people. A friend of mine was in Cameroon recently, and he came back in Bamenda, and he was telling us, wow, this thing is serious. People really take this very seriously. They will not sell to you on Monday when they say there's a ghost town. Nobody will sell to you. Even if his store is open, he just opens it to come and pick up one or two things, and he shuts the store. He will not sell to you. That's how serious people on the ground are taking it. So what is our excuse not to do something to help this movement?
And just to clarify on the school issue, so I just want to make everybody know that when we say no school, we are not depriving our younger ones or our sisters from an education. Yep. We are depriving them from a shitty, excuse my language, a shitty education that they are getting from La Republique. That is what we are depriving them from. What we are not depriving them, or what we are trying to give them.
Actually, we're protecting them from that education.
We are protecting them from the education that they are currently getting. So please, let's not misunderstand the fact that we are, emphasizing no school. No,
because that's rhetoric.
It's we all have been through the educational system in Cameroon, and we know how it functions. You graduate and you start doing call box.
Not only that. Right. Many of you see the memes that go around. You learn parts of a grasshopper. Which one of you have ever used this in your life? Right. Which of you have ever used it? And those are things that we're trying to prevent. Teach people things that will actually help them, not things that are in textbooks that are so archaic. There's no, you don't recycle them. You don't. I mean. Are you kidding me?
Did he still use that textbook then?
Of course.
Oh my God, that reader then.
Why not?
So I mean, it's crazy.
And the education. That's why I think the governing council for the Southern Cameroon and Bazonia actually set up an education council, and they've actually made some major strides in coming up with a curriculum that actually fits and suits our people. So that's them. So. Yes.
We have to first. That is a very long.
True.
A very plan ahead. Have a dream. But what I'm about
immediate. Okay.
What we are words. Very, very.
Yeah.
Very out. But how are we?
No school.
We see on the video.
Yeah.
This guy just ranting about diaspora doing whatever. Diaspora running.
Join the group.
I'm sure.
I don't want to be on the thing.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah,
man.
but I'm sure we saw the video yesterday how people were talking about this guy was just ranting about diaspora jumping up and down and wanting people to go back to school. But the reason why I say this, I just want what is the really immediateness and how effective or how can we make this effective? We as youths, how can we really make sure that, okay, if we are hurting the Republic economically, how are we making sure that we move in unison to just get these people to go on their knees?
Okay.
That's a very good question. That's a good question. I'm glad you came and got the mic to ask that question.
Right.
You good?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
So what comes to mind in response to something like this is the fact that you have to think there's really no clear there's really no clear way to answer this without saying certain things that that you really that Ambomu likes to hear, but you have to be careful how you put it
out there.
Because homeboy in Eto'o is going to use them and present it to people and say things to that do not really matter. Exactly, and use our message differently and redirect the rhetoric. But we don't want that. But the truth is when you're in the immediate, there has to be consequences of people who show up. For parents who send their kids to school, I mean, are you really taking that chance to send your children to arm's way? Because we've heard people issue threats. We've heard individuals who are willing to take up the personal mission. They're not guided by anybody, but they've decided that they will make it their personal mission to ensure that this school doesn't open, that school doesn't open, and that school doesn't open its doors. Now, if I was a parent in Cameroon right now, I would be dreading the idea of sending my child to school in September or come August, or when the school opens September. I mean, you have to be scared. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. First of all, we know that the education system is nothing. We know that it's archaic. It's not responsive to the needs of the world. It's not responsive to the needs of the times. So we just have to make sure that we take responsibility for our actions by making sure that hey, if your neighbor is planning to send his kids to school, you educate them and tell them, look, man, I don't know about you, but my daughter or my child is gonna stay at home. I know the rhetoric back home is, oh, you in America, in the diaspora, are sending your kids to school. They're going to school. They're living their lives, and you're there telling us not to send our children to school. Ask those same people who are using that rhetoric, that what really is the benefit for them, for you to go sit in a classroom that has teachers who cannot speak English to you. What benefit is it to them or to you? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So guys, Ambomu is telling us we can okay. Abu, go ahead.
Okay, I mean, I guess he was telling us that you guys can go ahead and call. So if you're listening and you have questions to ask, please feel free, go ahead and call us. We are here for you.
Yeah.
And
yeah. But you wanted to say something. I think Abu wanted to say something about the question about action now as respect to no schools.
Okay, I think there is somebody
on
the line.
There's a question. Okay. Go for it.
Oh, okay. No, I mean, I think you said it all.
Okay.
I think this is your new style, the warrior.
Yeah. I can't see anything. I don't know anything.
I think you said it all there. Again, it's sending your kid to school at this point in time is at your own risk. So, I mean, if you want to take that chances, that's up to you. But I think we have to be really, really careful. When we dress up our kids in the morning, wake them up in the morning, dress them up to go to school, because you don't know if they are going to turn back or. So we have to be really, really careful.
Yep. Oh yes.
I'm hungry.
Abu is hungry. Abu is
hungry. All right, so
all the way from Alabama.
Man, I've not eaten all morning. So we are going to get.
We're gonna take a a little break or something?
Go ahead.
No, we'll just go ahead. Then Ray can join.
All right.
Yeah, Ray can join. Then feel free to call in with your questions, guys. We're here for you. We're gonna answer the questions. Ray Baba the Dreamer is joining.
If you
were watching live on Facebook, if you're watching live on SCB's,
we share his dream.
SCTV, yep, we all share his dream. That's right. He moved everybody, even the security forces were looking at us and just like nodding their heads, because this man spoke like Martin Luther King. So Ray Baba the Dreamer, he's with us. Welcome all the way from New York.
Hello, Ambomu Live family. Hello everybody watching. I greet everybody with the satisfaction of the Youth Coalition. We did it today. The turnout was not as expected, but we did it. People came out, our message went out, and we know La République is in turmoil right now. So I'm happy to be here to answer your questions, talk to Ambomu Live. It's actually my first time being in this studio.
Oh yeah, mine too.
It's a beautiful studio. I'm here, so let's ride on.
Yeah, let's hear your questions, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. That way we know we can hear you, we can talk to you, we'll answer your questions as you ask them. So feel free. Okay. Yeah, hello? Yeah, hello? Hello. Yes, go ahead with your question. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Greetings from Cameroon.
Okay.
How you doing? Who's calling? Don't tell us your name if you're calling from Cameroon, but how you doing today and what's your question?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Ask your question. They're having issues getting through to us.
Talk to them.
Okay.
Let's just keep going while we're
Can they hear you?
No, they cannot. They cannot hear.
They can't hear you.
So basically, Ray is basically going to be presenting like a summary of what his speech was about. Kind of making you who missed out on the protest to relive some of those moments. So
I think we have a caller.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, hi, welcome to Ambomu Live. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes,
Yeah, go
welcome
ahead.
to Ambomu Live.
Good evening.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
You can hear me. Hello.
Can you turn down the volume of your device, whatever you're watching the show on, and then just talk to us on the phone because we can hear you, but since you're waiting to hear the replay, it doesn't line up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you call, turn down the volume of your device and just talk to us, ask us the questions or make your comments and we will respond accordingly.
Yeah, so it's important. Please, when you call in, do feel free. But like Ray said, just turn down the device you're watching. But make sure your phone volume is up, and then you can talk. We can hear you, so no need to keep saying hello, hello, hello. Once we answer, we heard you already. So just go ahead and ask your question, and we'll be glad to answer it.
Person still online?
Hey Ray, so I guess while we're waiting for questions, let me turn into Ambomu right now and ask you a bunch of questions. You know, we have come away with the satisfaction you said, you know,
yes,
of a mission accomplished,
right,
in many ways than none. Can you like honestly give us a presentation of how you feel? Oh, there's a call. Okay. Oh, the call hung up. So can you honestly give us a presentation of how do you feel about this moving forward? What is the next level? What is the next action on us as the coalition? And what is our end game really? I know we all know we're going to Boya in October.
Right.
But what is our next? What is next for us? What is up next for us?
All right.
Yes. Hello. I think there's a call.
Okay. I think we have a caller.
Go ahead, and just answer the question while we wait.
Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. What's your name and what's your question, sir?
Good evening. How are you?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead with your question. Hello. All right. It
looks like the systems are not. They're probably all calling from Cameroon, right?
Okay, so
now you see that will never happen in our country for sure. Nah, because it will not. I mean, look, we're live, Ambomu Live. We've not had any technical difficulties, have we? We've not had any technical difficulties, but you know, people can't call from Cameroon. Imagine that people just cannot make calls.
Right.
It's unfortunate. You know, it's basic technology. I mean, but that's okay. That's okay. But Ray, go ahead while you.
Okay. So, first of all, I want to thank my brother here, Nico, for the marvelous job he did. He held it down. Oh, I think we have a caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Welcome to Ambomu Live.
Hi, go
Hello?
ahead. Yes, go ahead with your question. We can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, hello. How are you?
Yeah, my own contribution is that we will not fail people in Ambassador Yamdani. So people should continue what you are doing well.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Then
that.
we will get assurance to show that there is no school in September.
Thank
Yes.
We are
Awesome.
we are hearing from you people over there.
That's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you. Okay, there's another call.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Ambomu Live. Who's this?
I'm doing fine.
Yes, go ahead. What's your question, sir?
Welcome to Ambomu Live. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah. So there, I think the other caller who completed his thought actually answered the question that Ambomu was pressing us on. Somebody on the ground who is giving us assurances that he will make sure schools do not reopen. That's because they believe this message. They know that we have something at stake that is bigger than going to school for a few months. And we have to remind folks, it doesn't matter how late you get your education, as long as you get the right education, you make something of yourself. We have people in America who are going to school at the age of 35, 45, and they still come out and make a difference, So it doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter when you go to school. It is what type of education you get.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's the best.
In the name of Gustav.
Hello, welcome to Ambomu Live.
Go ahead with your question.
Hello.
I think that.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi. Go ahead. Okay.
So you want me to? All right.
Yeah. So unfortunately, when people are calling directly and they're calling live, we're gonna have these issues because networks are not the best, especially on the ground there in Cameroon. I know, and yes, put that. Okay, and the tech boss here is telling us that when you call, somebody will first answer the phone, of course, and then let you know that they've answered the call, and then put you through to the system. So just hold on, be patient, and do listen. Don't hang up prematurely because we do want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I'm calling.
Okay, go ahead. What's your question, sir? Hi, what's your question?
Okay. It
Yeah,
looks
Ray,
like
go
we
ahead.
have some technical difficulties today. But while we wait for the calls to come in, I just want to go ahead and respond to what my brother was saying about the movement. The movement is still young. The youth movement is still young. We're still building. And like he said earlier, and Abu Free said, we are still trying to get as many youths as possible. We keep the youths that are back home, we try to keep them away from the limelight because of security reasons. We know what they're going through. But we are trying to bring the youth of Amazonia in the diaspora out so they could start coming out and protesting, because remember, this is our own groundwork. Our own groundwork means coming out and protesting and sending a message out. And we will also do different activities, but it doesn't suffice to be on Facebook and all you do is insult those that are trying to build. I think we have a caller.
Yeah, we do. Yes, caller, go ahead, sir.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, hi, ma'am. How are you?
Yes. I am a student.
Yes.
Great.
Good.
Welcome to Ambomu Live. What's your question or your comment? Left.
Yeah, we're going to deal with that all day, unfortunately. But we're okay. We're here. We're here for you. If you cannot get through on the phone, feel free to send a message on Facebook, right? because it's streaming live, and then in the comments you can just ask your question, and somebody will definitely let us know, and we can pick up from there. If you try to call just and you don't get through, don't get frustrated. You can try back and then just send a message. Okay. Do we have a call yet? No. Okay. We have a caller. Okay. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Yes, hi. Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm fine. I just want to sound this warning to those who are in Ambala and especially in Donga Mountain.
Wow, it's good to have you. Good to have you calling in.
We have some certain people that we have to sound them this warning because they are threatening that school should resume. Meanwhile, there is problem in our nation. So if you are threatening that school should resume, please try to go back to the Republic land.
That's true.
That's definitely true, and we appreciate that.
So, hello caller.
Oh, I think he made his point. Yeah, I think he made his point. He was basically trying to make a point, and the point is clear. Really, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people do not want the schools to reopen. Those that are really pushing for schools to reopen have something to benefit from it. Right. You know, those are the Atanga Gs and Gogomus who can tell Bia that, look, we told our people that school should reopen and they did it, so you can, you know, make us ministers again and keep us there forever. But the truth is, the people have spoken. The people do not want it. And like I said, it doesn't matter when you get the education, it matters what type of education you get.
We have given to the church that if they wanted to, they don't want to, because I believe that the people that can look into this type of situation, they don't want it, we will transfer the country Sunday to church. That's why I say that they should personally be very, very careful.
Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you, and we will make sure that. Oh, we have a call coming in. Hello. Hello,
Ambomu Live.
Yes, go ahead.
This is not Ambomu. This is Ray Baba and Nico. We're hosting this show today.
Yeah. Good evening, Ambomu.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. How was your question or contribution?
Yes, I am for that the schools should not resume because our brothers are still in jail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, that's the first thing. And there is something I want to let everybody know. Apart from the bunker we have in set in Yaoundé, they are constructing other cells, not in Yaoundé, so that they can transfer our people that they kidnap there. These cells are found at some 40 kilometers away from Saint-Malema in a forest.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
so I want to make it clear. If some of our people that are kidnapped and brought to La Republique, if they cannot find them in Yaoundé, they should know that there are some cells in the bush areas, in the forests of Saint-Malema, prepared so that they'll be kidnapping our people and taking them there. That's what I want to let you know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. And I think to hear from back home with real facts like this is very important, because at least we get a feel of what's going on at the moment. And I'm very happy that the three people that I've called from back home are standing on the fact that schools will not resume, which is a very good stand, because the schools are one of our tools that we have in holding and beginning with whatever we want to achieve. It is one of our bargaining chips. So we will hold on to, we'll keep the schools closed. We'll make sure we respect the ghost towns. And coming back to the questions earlier, we have a caller. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, welcome to Ambomu Live. This is Ray Baba and Nico. If you have a question or comment, you could go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm a bit late. It seems it's the Youth Coalition.
Yes.
Movement.
Yes.
Yeah, what I want to ask is, I really want to know, seeing the struggle and being at the point we are today, energy and more power to push us forward. What actually the Youth Coalition has to bring to add to what we have already? Because it's not just forming another group or movement, but it's a matter of what we bring to the table. It's a matter of what we have to see that we'll push this forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. And I don't know if you watched today's protest. That is something that the coalition brought to the table, because we actually brought some Ambazonians out. We went to the State Department. We sent out a very strong message, and we also handed them a petition that summarizes all the human rights violations and other stuff. And also it makes a case for our struggle as to why we want to restore our independence. So this is the first activity that we actually organize as a coalition, a youth coalition. And point of correction, this is not another group. If you had paid attention to what my brother Nico and Abu Free said earlier, we are just a collective, some young people with energy, with ideas, with creative ways in which we can help move this struggle forward. But if we all act individually in our own zones, the impact will be so little. Unity is strength, they say. So if we come together with our different ideas and harness those ideas and do something together, the impact will be greater. The whole idea today was to actually have a global protest where it is happening in the US, it is happening in the UK, it is happening in Canada, it is happening in Nigeria, South Africa, all over the world. But because it's still a new initiative, we are still building. Many people don't know about it. So we hope that with this first protest, people will get to see where we're going. Because momentum has been dwindling. Momentum has gone so low. And even today, we appreciate all those who came out, but we could have done better. Because the Washington, D.C. and the DMV area is a hub where Ambazonians reside. So what I want people to understand is that this is not about who belongs to what group. When anybody calls for a protest or a demonstration, see yourself first as an Ambazonian. Let the Ambazonian DNA detect you wherever you are and pushes you to come out of your house. It is not about, it is Skakuf organizing or it is so and so. We should see ourselves as Ambazonians first before whatever group we belong to. Until we start seeing ourselves as Ambazonians, Southern Cameroonians, this is what we'll keep having. 5-10 people coming out because they say, now this group, the organizer, I know go. Or now this group, the organizer, I know go. That is a wrong spirit to have in a revolution. We are trying to liberate a country. We're not trying to liberate a neighborhood. We're not trying to free my four. We're not trying to free Commercial Avenue.
Yeah.
We're talking about 43,000 square kilometers. We're talking about 8 million plus people. So you cannot sit at home. When you just saw that video of our brother who said they are going on hunger strike, you just saw our brothers in jail. They have been taken and they're thrown in bunkers and they're treated like less humans. And you're going to sit and talk about, now this group, the organizer, are not going to go, now this group. Are we really serious for this struggle?
Exactly.
We have gone too far. We cannot hit the reverse button. That's something a lot of us forget. We have gone too far. We can only keep moving until we hit that finish line. If we go backwards, we'll have an accident, and trust me, it won't be pretty. So what I want Ambazonians and Southern Cameroonians to know is that this struggle is about you as a Southern Cameroonian first, not your affiliation, not what group you belong to, not what position you stand, whether independence or federation. You are a Southern Cameroonian first. When we start seeing each other as Southern Cameroonians, come and support your brother even if you don't agree with him. It's the struggle that benefits. So I mean, I really.
I think we have a question. We have a question. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
Yes, hi. How are you? Yes.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Go ahead. What's your question? We can hear you.
Hello.
What is your question, sir? We can hear you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Please go ahead. What's your question?
Yes, I'm getting. My question is that northwest and southwest, there's total remilitarization. So we are foreseeing that by next month or by the end of this month, the whole place will be totally remilitarized to prevent October 1st independence. So I don't know the kind of parameter that you people will put in place in order that the declaration of independence or our independence should be restored.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. Thank you very much for that brilliant observation and question. I don't know, Nico, you want to tackle that? Or
So let's. I appreciate that you said there you gave us the information, but that's information that we've seen. That's something we already know is happening. Thank you so much. And let me just say something. Northwest, Southwest does not exist in Southern Cameroons. Okay.
Absolutely.
We have 13 counties. Let's start getting used to that. We keep saying yes. We keep saying Northwest, Southwest. Those are appellations that have caused divide and have actually helped the divide and rule conquer policies that have permeated La République's manner of ruling or leading the people of our region. But that aside, we cannot talk publicly about what the plan is for the declaration of independence and the hoisting of the flag in Boya. Because we can't even discuss that. It's top secret information, and I'm sure once that time comes around, you will witness it. Yes, we have a caller. Go ahead. What's the question?
Ambomu.
Yes, what's your question?
Caller,
Go ahead.
welcome to Ambomu Live.
I will plead you by warning some people as a soldier of Amazonia.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I just want to warn one of the journalists in Donga Mantum community radio named by Tamjong Richard. Let him should be very, very careful the way he is analyzing the scoops regime. We don't want it in our land.
Thank you very much, sir, for that warning.
Thank you.
Yeah, we don't need betrayers. If you are one of the betrayers, please just stay away from our land.
Hello, sir.
Perfect.
Hello.
No, I just want to sound this warning to this specific person, Tamjong Richard. Let him should be very, very careful.
Hello.
You say Mr. Richard Tamjong is a journalist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. He's still on.
I think he hung up.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard the beep. But I mean, thank you so much for that information. I don't really know. I think his family should be talking to him. This is why we're on a show like this. We need to re-educate people. We need to let people know that they need to go back and revisit the history books, really, because there's no reason, no way somebody will look at the history of Southern Cameroons and the history of Cameroon side by side and still sit back and preach all what they're preaching, because they really need to understand that, these were two countries separate, the spoils of war from the First World War, and then you have the British getting the territory and the French getting part of the territory, and then all of this started, and right up to now, all the maneuvers that have gone on the 1970s, in the 1970s, the Federation and all that turned out to be a sham, and landed us in the place where we are now, in the mess that we are nowadays. We need to be honest with ourselves. We need to absolutely be honest with ourselves. I mean, we cannot try to sugarcoat things all the time because we're trying to suit one side or the other side. I know that people have investments back home. I have investments back home.
Don't talk as somebody go attack your investment.
No, man, they attack them. I go sue them. Time we don't declare the independence. But the truth is, we cannot continue to sugarcoat and pull wool over people's eyes. At some point, you can only take so much.
Okay, and I want to thank my brother Nico for that brilliant response. And what I'll add to our brother who just called to complain about Mr. Tam John Richard in Donga Manto, who is a journalist, and apparently he has been promoting school resumption. This is before I finish that thought, I think we have a caller online.
Yeah.
So welcome to Ambomu Live.
Go ahead, sir. What's your question? Or ma'am, what's your question?
Hello, welcome to Ambomu Live. All right, so the caller hung up. So what I was going to say to my brother who called is that it is a good thing that he observed that there is an enemy in the house who is promoting something that goes against the will of the people. This is where ground action comes into play. You cannot expect the diaspora to do everything. This is the time. You know your area. You know where you live. You know the guys that are with you. You have to take your own self-defense as a personal thing. It is time for every Ambazonians to protect their own. And also, during slavery, after the Underground Railroad project, someone asked Harriet Tubman that, what do you wish you would have done more? Do you wish you would have done more for the slaves? She said, I would have saved many more slaves if only they knew they were slaves. So there are a lot of people who still don't know they are still slaves, and we are going to educate them. We have a caller online. Hello?
Yes, go ahead with your question.
Every Ambazonians to protect their own.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Welcome to Ambomu Live. And
please turn down the device you're listening on the show. Please turn down your device and then talk on the phone.
I wish that you could connect me and put me online.
Yeah, sir, you're online. Can you turn down the device on Facebook or just mute Facebook for a minute and talk to us on the phone?
Pardon?
Mute your Facebook, mute the show on Facebook, and talk to us on the phone.
Yes,
we can barely hear you.
So turn down the volume of your TV or radio, or move away from it completely and talk on the phone.
Reduce the volume of reduce the volume of the TV, please.
Walk away from the TV and just talk to us on the phone.
Yeah, good evening. I am very appreciative of all what we are doing on the Amber perspective. I'm calling from Bamenda County.
All right, thank you.
Hello?
Thank you for calling in. Yes, go ahead. What's your contribution?
Yes, I am very concerned about the idea of some people saying that schools should resume while our people are still locked up there and we don't know exactly what's going to happen to them. I think that, in my opinion, we should continue to stay fast and keep our classrooms shut until our brothers are all released from jail.
That's right. Absolutely.
Absolutely, sir. Well
that's what we're all talking about here. And that's what I think that's where the conversation can begin after everybody has been released. And this is a clear message, Monsieur le Président, Mr. President of La République du Cameroun, Bia Bertolumi Vondo Paul Bia. Know that we have asked and asked and asked, and you still act like you do not hear us. But nothing will happen in our region unless you release every single person you have arrested. I just have to make a point here. The gentleman we saw in the video just last week that was released in the bunker, Dango Patrick, is a former mayor, from what I found out. And he has 3 kids in the U.S., 3 kids who are U.S. citizens. And we are working with them to, petition the State Department and, of course, the U.S. government to make sure that BIA answers questions about this gentleman who is in the bunker, because for many months, nobody knew where he was. We suspected he was arrested, and they would not give any information or share any information. Finally, the video appears, and his family finds out he's at the SED. I mean, this is just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. A country of laws, like it's purported to be, cannot do this to its citizens or to people who just pick up. you know. But I know that we have a question. Yes, caller, go ahead. You have a question. Hi, you're on Ambomu Live.
Hello, welcome to Ambomu Live.
Hello.
I can hear the feedback from the show. I can hear the feedback. Can
Yeah,
you
good evening, please.
Yeah, good evening. Where you calling from?
This is Regan calling from Bamenda.
Yeah,
the newest from the newest African nation, Southern Cameroon.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes,
go
please.
ahead.
Actually, I want to congratulate what the youth did in the US today, and to say, we are very happy with what we saw today, with what you guys did over there, and we would like such moves to continue. Actually, it's not necessarily a question that I want to ask, but to make some comments. If you can permit me,
Feel
make
free.
some comments.
Feel free. Go ahead.
Yes. So actually, we realize that in this struggle we need to be united, because united we stand and divided we fall.
Absolutely.
For that reason, we definitely need to be all united in this struggle so as to restore our statehood. Also, the Southern Cameroon's national oil refinery, now called by some foreigners as a Sonara, is being exploited with impunity. The earlier we restore our fatherland and to claim back our resources from Sonara, the better for us. So I was very happy when I saw the move taken by the youth in the United States, and I pray that youth in other countries around the world should do same, because this is the move. This is what we'll do to support the governing council to restore our fatherland on 1st October. So because actually the youth, they are supposed to constitute the main bone behind this struggle. So also there is something I was happy when I saw the petition. When I saw you guys, you hand over the petition to the representative of the department over there in the States. If you people can also make sure that when the United Nations General Assembly is coming up, you table such a petition to them, or to table such a petition to the International Court of Justice, I think that would be another giant step forward, while the diplomacy committee is moving forward and trying its best to make sure that they play their own part in terms of the diplomacy. If the youth can play their part in protest and advocacy, that would be good. Hello.
Wow, that's
I want to also use this opportunity to say that Southern Cameroon Broadcasting Corporation, that is SCBC, is our national television.
Oh, yes.
But I'm a little bit worried
they carry
over 70% of the programs have nothing to do with our struggle. We should rather promote more of the programs that will have to ignite the struggle, rather than promote other programs like films and the like. So I pray and hope that the governing council will do something to ensure that most of our programs should be focused on moving our struggle forward and not films. So actually, the diplomacy committee of the governing council should equally make maximum use of the UN Charter in arguing our case for restoration. Equally, I want to use this opportunity to call on fellow Southern Cameroonians to join us in this legitimate struggle, because it's actually a battle, and we have noticed that some Southern Cameroonians are not actually committed in this struggle. It's actually a legitimate struggle. Let them join us to ensure success in this struggle.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much.
Also,
okay.
Equally, all Southern Cameroonians must all desert Hilltop Hotel. There is a hotel in Bamenda. Please just permit me a few minutes. Let me round up.
Okay.
I have three other points again to make. There is a hotel in Bamenda, Hilltop Hotel near Custom at Station, which is serving as a depot where our people are being abducted and kept for some hours before being transferred to Yaoundé. If we can desert that hotel and avoid it completely, I think those francophones who have set up that hotel will soon wind away. Also, I challenge our Southern Cameroonian brothers to to use to compose music and sing songs of liberty and liberation, which will enable us to always play such liberation music on our channel SCDC, where they will use our flag in such music and not the flag of La Republique. So please, I'll be very grateful if certain Cameroonians who are musicians can compose and sing many more liberation and freedom music that will enable us to get to where we want to go. Let's all therefore be very committed in this struggle and make Southern Cameroon great again. Thank you very much.
Wow. Let's give him a round of applause.
Some clap,
yes,
man.
that's
That
amazing.
guy-
That is a contribution worthy of the time he took.
My brother, I could tell you that I felt the passion, I felt the confidence. I like the fact that you did your research.
I'm sure they're getting so many likes on Facebook.
Yes, what you said is absolute. That's the spirit of a patriot.
Yep.
That's an example of a patriot, because all the things you said, it shows so much love that you have for Ambazonia. So my brother, thank you very much for that contribution. There's really nothing I can add, but I hope that the powers that be, those that are taking those decisions, will listen to what you said and they will try to implement it,
that.
especially the idea about the programs on SCBC, the idea about
challenging the musicians,
and even the information that you
Hilltop.
gave us about the hotel. Now, when Ambazonians back home should know that they need to start avoiding that area because they could be arrested and taken there. So thank you very much, and please call often and give us such encouraging words.
Yeah, and oh, there's another call. There's another call. So
caller
go ahead.
online.
Go ahead, caller. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm well, thank you. You're on Ambomu Live. Go ahead.
What's the
Okay, I just wanted to ask a question to those who are asking for school resumption. I wanted to ask them if it was their father that was arrested, would they send their children to school?
Thank you.
If it was their brother or sister that were raped and killed, would they send the family to school? So they should also have the wound of their neighbor on their leg. They should know how the neighbor is feeling. Why are they feeling only on themselves? They should feel for others. So I just want to tell them to stop that nonsense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
for that
Mama. Thank you. That was really good. Thank you.
I believe that when we hear words like this from our mothers calling from back home, it's an encouragement, because we know that they know the situation and they will keep their children at home. Me, I broke this one up for pitching because I want me will put them back on me to hear this one. So when Mami calls so, there we remind we of why we get to keep schools closed. It get to ring a bell in us, because now the spirit that we need them. If leaders are CB in jail, if we brothers are CB in jail, if nothing nobody change, we don't fight for 10 months. We don't lose some brothers, and we don't lose some brothers and some heroes them. But yet nothing nobody change. When they go school now on account of weighty.
Thank you.
Weighty when I don't gain when I say okay, everything will come to normal, I'm gonna go back to school. Even the simplest request where United Nations ask government say release the leaders unconditionally. Government too strong head. They no one hear word. They work at the spread cosmetic solution. They send a leprosy. They send a smallpox. Just if person no asking me to do something, you go do them for you. What's the importance? What will be the importance of that thing for the person? If me I get need, I dey hungry, you know, can ask me say what I want chop. You just go buy anything, can't give me. You know me say I'm a chop and because say I dey hungry. Ask me what I want chop, then me I tell you, then we'll see what I will fit get what I want chop. So all this small bilingualism nonsense what they do here.
No be like say now then they even pay for the chop.
Exactly.
Now the funniest thing that
the money they still come out from we.
The money they come out for we who pay for the chop. So they're very, and that tells you there's no good faith in this, and that goes back all the way to when they set up the federation, right?
Yes.
Because the truth is when they were setting up that the federation and accepting to do all these things with Foncha and Muna and the rest and Endeli and the rest, they knew They knew what their end goal was. They had set us up. They knew. They did not want us to be in a federation. They all along they had this plan, and I keep saying this. That's why Aijo doesn't have any proof that we signed anything ratifying a union. That's why they don't have any proof. History is on our side.
True.
History is on our side.
True.
And we cannot deny the fact that they're reacting this way because they have a lot of things to hide. And the UN has been quiet. The UN has been just watching and acting all nice and everything. It is time to call a spade a spade. And I will tell the UN right now, it is time to call a spade a spade. I have told them, Israel had less votes for independence than we did. Israel is there. The resolutions are there. It had less votes for independence than we, Southern Cameroons did. But how come they are an independent country and we are not? Exactly. How come they are an independent country and we are not? The UN, France, and the US are all complicit in this. And we need to remind them of that. History does not lie. You cannot deny people the right to self-determination. Banjul, African Union has already said this. So let's go back to it and let's set it up.
All right. Looks like we have a caller online. Hello, caller. Welcome to Ambomu Live. Hello.
Yes,
welcome
hi.
to Ambomu Live.
Hi, go ahead. Go ahead. What's your question or comment? We can hear you. Are you there? Oh, I think they hung up. We lost them.
All right. So as my brother was responding to that beautiful message from our caller, I just want to add that the times right now are very rough. We have reached a time where we cannot please everybody, and we should stop doing things to please people. In short, me I switch back. We don't reach time way for this struggle way. We not get to the beg people again. We not get to the please people. If you know say something the way you want to do, where you go move this struggle forward, my brother, my sister, go ahead and do it. People that did to talk for this struggle, they did do very little. The very people the way where you talk say you want to do something, they can't curse you. They can't talk all discouraging words for you. Now the very people the way you know ever see them for protests for out there.
Thank you.
Keyboard warriors. So right now
we have a caller.
Owner, there's a caller. Hello,
yeah,
caller?
We have a caller.
Hello, caller.
Hello, can you hear us? What's your comment or question? Did we lose them? Oh, I heard the beep.
Okay, so unfortunately we lost that caller. But what's I be the talk now say? We don't reach time for this struggle way. We not get to the please anybody. If you get an initiative, identify 2, 3, 4, 5 people the way they buy your idea. When I come together, when I do them. Because if you want to listen to left and right, what people that they talk, nothing will be done. And the people that they criticize you, now put it all their job now to talk about stuff instead of making stuff happen. So now the lesson that I don't learn. We have a caller online. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello. All right, me I continue to preach because this thing I think where I hold on very serious for heart. I don't overlearn plenty for this struggle. I don't learn say you get a lot of people the way their job not to discourage and just destroy everything where any man want to do. As long as no be them there for front when at their picture they like Mandela, then they go make sure say they destroy them. So my message to all Southern Cameroonians is this. I'm not just talking to young people. I'm not talking to all people. I'm talking to Southern Cameroonians.
Everybody.
Wait where we don't do. It hurt Bia a regime very seriously. If Biafra send a whole minister of justice and all the other ministers them for diaspora, maybe they can't try live for UN. You know say there's something we're doing right. We the underestimate with success and with the over glorify with failure. It is time we turn the tables around. We need to start singing our successes and then ignore the failures. Not ignoring them, but dampen them. And we have a caller.
Oh, we have a caller. Yeah, go ahead, caller. How are you? Thank you. You're on Ambomu Live.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Ambomu Live.
Yeah, welcome, Nico. Blessed calling from Canada.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead.
I'm so happy to see youth push this struggle forward.
Thank you, brother.
And I will just get my own small contribution. I want to ask my brothers.
Would hear you, bro. Would hear you, bro.
Okay.
We know the people take this thing back home because I believe say actually we don't people then they claim say they don't oversee we outside. We know the way people make raise why you they make they stand back home to push this thing. Because I believe say back home will get another impact. Things where they don't move people then frustrate. Which we feel really do to take people youth back home and bring back that spirit where we don't did before, because actually this struggle back home was being pushed forward. Mancho BBC was the youth who stood up and called attention for other youth then made they join in. They cry that cry.
Absolutely.
So what we really do as now we now get the future of tomorrow. What we feel do for bring back that spirit back inside our people. We forget stuff about killing them out because just look what happened. You call people out, nobody's ready to come out. Okay. But back home, after the watch, many people corner back home they cry. They talk about schools. People back home are more ready, but when they just look we out, they just feel discouraged. So, me myself, I ask the same question. I know if I will get solution, I will surely bring her out already. But we as youth, maybe somebody knew more than me. Wait, we see do for bring back that spirit back home. Get my brother back to the street. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that question. Thank you. Before Ray answer that question, I just want to point out we have 15 minutes left to be on the line live, so we'll cut off questions in about 10 minutes and then we'll use the last 5 minutes to round up to just remind you what we did today and accomplished. So Ray, you can quickly answer that and then we'll take the next call so we can delve into closing remarks.
Okay, my brother, thank you plenty for that question. Now, very good question. And the question that this initiative they try to solve, now the question that the problem that we identify and we will try to bring a solution to the problem through this initiative, because momentum don't die as you talk. So if we try we best way we try, we don't go on air, we don't send flyers, we don't try to talk to people them. There's so much you can do. At this point, everybody gets to own this struggle. This struggle is not be saying one person start lead them on follow. No, you have to be a leader in your own right. Any man get to own this struggle. I not get to run for back 25-year-old man when a pa he don't get pubic hair all over. I not get to run for you for say me can fight for this struggle.
Thank you.
It's an abomination. And we, as much as we appreciate the people the way they come out today, we cannot undermine that.
Oh, yes.
Even at 3 or 5 where they come out, 5,
it was
you
about
can win
35
a
people.
battle with 5. It's better to hire 5 committed people than 50 uncommitted people. Yeah. So the 5 will be getting today, or the 10 or the 20 where they come out today, we appreciate them. And we hope that we don't take their contacts. Now the people that we need to work with. We don't want people they're there for WhatsApp groups, they're only for the gossip. They need to contribute nothing. They wait when you want to throw small controversy, say maybe this group don't talk against you one night, but then they come on and lie on them.
Yep.
Can they run their
Write 10
stupid
paragraphs.
mouths? But for sit on down, construct something to move this struggle forward. They can't do it. And that is why now what I insist say at this level, we have to buy this struggle. If you don't buy this struggle, let's say na a personal case. If you don't buy this struggle, let's say that brother there for jail. Now your cousin the way you want try for say me they come out. If you don't buy this struggle, let's say na your sister they be raping for boya. If you don't buy this struggle, let's say na your small brother they be shooting for another bite. If you don't buy this struggle, let's say na that small brother where they kill him for Bamenda na your small brother. Then we will not go anywhere.
Yep.
And I do not have time for noisemakers anymore. Now, what we don't talk say no. Now we'll first start this. We don't organize this one. We'll make sure the next one for New York. Then eventually We get other activities then. So thank you, brother, plenty, and we hope say plenty people can join we so that next time instead of 50, we'll get 500 people.
Yep.
So we thank you for your spirit, and we just get to start to continue the fight. I'll pass them back to my brother.
I think there's another caller on the line. You're live on Ambomu. You're on Ambomu Live. Go ahead. Hello, can you hear us? Hello. Did we lose the person? Okay, so I mean, Ray, whenever you talk, man, this you and this your dream speak. It make our money get goosebumps. And this is a quick reminder. Yes, go ahead. Hi, caller, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, you can be heard. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello, go ahead, caller.
Go ahead with your question or contribution. We can hear you.
Abomala.
Yes.
Yeah, Abomala.
Yes, my brother. Turn down the volume of your TV or receiver, or walk away from it completely. Then talk to me for your phone. If you listen through your receiver.
Yeah, Abomala. I don't think I'm down.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I call for Ambalan.
Yes. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
For Ambalan for upstation.
Okay, no over review plenty information. We thank you for taking that risk to call back home. So just wait today.
I want to congratulate you now for the work we want to do out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have do a job, and we'll be so happy. I think we LCDC TV, nothing way there for me for us all time.
Yes.
And I appreciate it. I follow now online, and I thank you for all the great job. And we for back home, we will be for una back.
Thank you, plenty.
Now say una La Republic people from the English speaking La Republic. So then they try to do everything for Caesar, they spoil the struggle.
God forbid.
But what we would see, now say, you know, say for any war front, you get land force, you get air force, you get marine, you get, then fight war for all sides. They not fight war for one side. If we don't form groups then, for fight this struggle, you there for this fight, maybe now the look say strategy now how we put down the plan. Look how the plan is working. Make some man not fool you say school will go for we for year. All we parents, and when they announce our parents and they shout now shout. Now we parents and they send children for school. Not black children they take themselves go school.
Thank you.
No matter where to wait and they try for talk, no one are not agree. When we go outside there, we have to do a great job.
Thank you.
We for here we do a great job. So it's just like Air Force, Land Force, Marine, then you do the same job. So come out with one thing. So now so me I see the fight in the go. Now say maybe we should run down now, than for the criticize we serve. Maybe we should run down now, we say, okay, this part for people, how we fit manage capture this thing, make it go fine. So we want to move this forces of occupation. We will check ourselves, we see say, now them harming, we put our own CIDs there. We see say then they stay in a how to as then they monitor, we maybe we to monitor them.
Perfect.
We see say when time reach, we disarm them how?
Perfect.
No, we always say maybe we talk, they criticize yourself. When will you go front? When you fight? When Moses will go for Egypt, if you want Pharaoh several times as fought the same year.
Yeah.
But at the end,
so
he still do his job.
Thank you
and
so much.
The world.
Thank you so much.
So maybe we go ahead. Maybe we not be check. When you hear anything we man talk and we not correct, we be negative. So we am not even thinking.
Amazing.
Because when you think it discourage other people.
Thank you
not even
so
bring
much.
them talker.
Thank you.
Just be talk positive, no way to go. Thank you,
take
Ambomu.
one man for my name. Take
We
one
will
man for my
talk.
name. That's amazing. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much for that contribution. And unfortunately, now the only question that will go take for the rest of the show, because we get what, 5 minutes left. So
Actually, 3 minutes.
3 minutes left. Okay. So thank you so much for that caller from Amberland. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for bearing the risk to make these calls. We just want to round up the show by saying you are talking to us today because we are the coalition for the youth of Ambazonia for freedom.
Yes.
And Ray is here with me. Abu was here with us earlier. She seated her seat. She left her seat for Ray to fill in. And we're filling in for Ambomu Live, even though he has been feeding us some questions and playing technical support back there. So thank you so much for being on the show, everyone. We just have to remind you guys that today we presented a petition to the State Department. The petition was addressed to the Honorable Rex Tillerson, Secretary of State for the United States of America, and we basically wrote to him asking him to talk to La République and let them know that they are watching. We provided all the proof that we could. It was, like I said, it was 46. I said it at the top of the show at the beginning. It was 46 pages long, with all the proof that we could find, historical perspective included, to let them know that these are the abuses that have been permeated on our people, and that we have a zeal to restore our homeland. We're coming there to let him know, put them on notice, basically, to remind them that in 1961, when they voted to give independence to Southern Cameroons, we want to remind them that we still haven't gotten that independence because we're still colonized, and that we have gone to the African Union. They provided us directives and said we should sit down with BIA and talk and figure out the agreements on how we can move forward and have the two-state solution, because they recognized us as a people who have a right to self-determination. This was in 2015. Nothing has happened since then. So we were trying to remind the U.S., the people of the U.S., to let them know that since Banjul and BIA hasn't done anything but just continuously, harass people who speak up and ask questions about simple things.
He
and
does not respect the
international community at all. There you go. He does not. And
BIA
so
is a gangster. He's a rogue.
There you go.
And he's running a failed country called Cameroon. And we refuse to sync with Cameroon because Cameroon is sinking. So we are extracting ourselves out of Cameroon so that when it sinks, all those in Yaoundé, Douala who are sealing their lips now, they should keep it sealed and drown with that regime. But Ambazonia will be free, come rain, come sun.
October 1st, 2017. The most cardinal thing we have to take back from this is we also told the Secretary of State that the weapons that they have given to Paul Biya to fight Boko Haram, he's using in Bamenda, Boya, Limbe, Kumba to shoot our people, to shoot our brothers down, lock up and arrest people. So thank you so much for being on the show, guys. There's just so much more coming. Please look us up. Go to skakoof.org, sign up, do your contributions, and go to our Facebook page, the Coalition of Ambazonia Youth for Freedom, and follow us and sign up our activities. We are going to be at the UN in September. The information will come out. Please be ready to come out and support us. Come out with your banners to march with us, and let's let the people know. Let's let Abobala know. Let's let Dr. Fontem know. Let's let Mancho BBC know that we are with them in spirit. They're in jail, but we are with them in spirit, and we're thinking about them. Thank you again. Thank you, Ambomu, for giving us the opportunity. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Aluka, continue.
Give me freedom of speech, give me freedom of speech so I can tell you how I feel, tell you that this love is real. Give me freedom of speech, give me freedom of speech so I can tell you. And if you meant for the love, I will stay alive just to keep seeing your face. Now I watch my heart self pass MTV. Cause now for day where you base, I am also a bunga di dengue. You just so make my heart is saka na zenge. All these other girls in a kende. I feel look you all day like my tele. I can't collapse for clear your doubts. I feel it down for you, set for roundabouts. Just to show you what true love is all about. For my action, you know, no be empty mouth. I protect you, I'm a bracket. Cover you, I go be your blanket. And I still die for your walkets. I go love you today when I keep your pets. Tell you how I feel. Tell you that this love is really that good. Give me freedom of speech, baby. Give me freedom of speech so I can tell you how I feel. Tell you that this love is really sexy. Give me freedom of speech, baby.